For an enjoyable but ridiculous experience in Tokyo, take a go-kart through the streets of Tokyo with Maricar. I wore a GoPro to record this whole thing. You start by getting in costume, which is helpful because we were doing this in December, so it was a little cooler, but we had our costumes on over our sweatshirts. There is photography available. Your guide will be taking pictures of you the whole time. And then you take off, and probably the most nerve-wracking is when you finally get the go-kart to move and you're trying to figure out how fast you can go. This was about the time that some of the people got in a little fender benders as they were getting their go-karts to go. You do need an international driver's permit with you to do this, and preferably some actual driving experience. I'm going to speed up most of this video because you'll still get an idea of what's involved in this without spending 2 hours watching it. You start actually a ways out from downtown Tokyo, so it does take a while to get down to something a little more interesting. You are driving on the left, as Japan does do that, but because you're in a go-kart and you're in the center of the kart, it didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. You're just following your guide. There's a pouch where you can put your iPhone or your smartphone so you can take pictures, but you really can't do it when you're moving. You need to do it while you're stopped at a stoplight, but there's plenty of opportunity in Tokyo traffic to stop at stoplights and take pictures. And this is not a closed course. This is real Tokyo traffic, including at least one tunnel that we drove through. It all seemed pretty easy until the first time that I lost the group at a stoplight because I was the one who was taking up the rear. But they were waiting for me, so it didn't really turn out to be much of a drama. But you do feel kind of alone and isolated when you're the only one sitting there in a go-kart.
fine, I can get video this way.
You really are downtown in Tokyo, including the famous Shibuya crossing. One of the things that we did is we did this on a Sunday, which I really would recommend. There's less traffic, and then also there are more kids on the street who just really have fun. You spend a lot of time on this waving. You just really feel a little bit like a celebrity as you're being gawked at, and people are taking pictures of you. You can see people with their smartphones out taking pictures of these people because a lot of people are in from out of town also on a Sunday. So definitely recommend a Sunday. Our guide brought a spare battery because one battery is not enough for this whole ride, and so partway through we stopped. He changed the battery in the GoPro, and we got going again. As you can see, we were not the only people out. There was another group as well with their guide. If you are doing this in December like we did, I would recommend gloves. I would recommend gloves that you can use your smartphone with because our hands were getting kind of cold. It was nice to have the hooded costumes, and those people who wore the goggles actually that helped keep the hood on. So there's a tip for you. They did do the course such that we went through Shibuya Crossing multiple times. We did things a little backwards on this particular ride because there was a marathon that we had to avoid, so the route is backwards from how they normally do it.
Yeah. Because we're so shy. So, Danny, are we supposed to do this? That's okay. Hey, sweetie.
Another highlight was driving right past Tokyo Tower. This is actually the closest we got on our particular trip.
I don't think I can get out of here.
That was awesome.
Before we get costumes off, we should get a picture of the six though.
Okay, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm probably gonna need a little more ibuprofen.
Oh, lordy, and some warmth.
Well, definitely that.
We need to get cozy.
We'll go back to the hotel.
Hotel? For what?
To get cozy and do the things you just described.
Get
No,
warm?
let's go find some place where we can get
Something warm.
ramen or something.
Are you sure that's ready? Your
Oh,
blue light is flashing.
Yeah, you wanna? Let's press the button on the top.
Yeah, we don't really.
No, stop blinking. Keep turning my head.
For more videos, podcasts, and blog posts, check out amateurtraveler.com.